Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Newsroom series. I'm Nnamdi Kanu. Our focus is the South-South region of the country today. However, a general issue that affects all the states, the Academic Staff Union of Universities has suspended the two-week morning strike. It started on October 13, 2025. The strike, which is due to expire next Monday, is suspended following renewed commitments from the federal government and the National Assembly to address their demands. The ASUU president, Professor Chris Powuna, made the announcement at a news conference in Abuja, citing recent intervention and engagement with the Yayali Ahmed-led committee and the Deputy Senate President as a reason for suspending the action before its date to expire. The lecturers, however, urged the government to take advantage of a one-month window of this suspension to address their demands, which include the review of the federal government and ASUU agreement of 2009, payment of all outstanding salaries and earned allowances, payment of universities' revitalization fund, amongst other issues. The lecturers threatened to resume the industrial action without any notice if nothing is done within the next 1 month.
Let's get to know the media houses that are there present, please.
The ASUU team met on Thursday 16th and Saturday 18th of October 2025, respectively, with the Yayali Ahmed-led FGN team to consider government's response to the draft renegotiated 2009 FGN ASUU agreement. Another date was also fixed for the next round of deliberations by the two teams at the last meeting. We certainly have not achieved the twin objectives of concluding the renegotiation, which started way back in 2017, and fully addressing other lingering issues. However, we are definitely not where we were prior to and at the commencement of the strike. While noting that a lot more work is still required, NEC came to the conclusion that the objective of the warning strike had been partly achieved. Hence, it was decided that the ongoing strike be reviewed to allow for a conducive atmosphere for further engagement between the two parties. In summary, NEC meeting resolved that 1, the warning strike is hereby suspended with immediate effect from midnight, Wednesday, the 22nd of October, 2025. 2, should government fail to resolve the issues within the 1 month window, ASUU reserves the right to resume the strike without further notice at all.
The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has concluded his private consultation with his legal team led by former Attorney General of the Federation, Kanu Agabi. The meeting was held in Court 7, located on the second floor of the Federal High Court's headquarters in Abuja, the same courtroom where proceedings in his ongoing terrorism trial is being conducted. Going by the schedule of proceedings in the case issued by Justice James Omotosho on September the 16th, the meeting is part of the defense team's preparation for the beginning of the defendant's case on Thursday, October 23rd. Justice Omotosho on October the 16th granted the defendant 6 consecutive days beginning from October the 23rd to open and close his defense in view of the accelerated hearing earlier granted in the case. Mr. Agabi, who did not object to the 6 days granted by the court, however, applied orally for the court to grant Mr. Kanu's legal team an opportunity for private consultation session with the defendant outside the premises of the Department of State Services. Now, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has inaugurated its Delta State office in Warri, delivered by the current board of the interventionist agency. This is as the Delta State Governor, Mr. Sheriff Oborowori, expressed the staff's readiness to forge stronger partnerships with the NDDC on key infrastructure projects, particularly the Warri-Escravos Road.
After 25 years of operating from rented facilities, NDDC staff in Delta State now have a permanent office, a modern 4-story office complex built to enhance efficiency, security, and service delivery. The Commission's leadership expressed pride in delivering the project, which had been stalled for over 13 years.
We continue to work hard to ensure that we do not disappoint the people of the Niger Delta, because we have a duty to perform.
Also speaking at the commissioning, the Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Mama, commended the NDDC for its renewed pace of project execution and urges staff to ensure proper maintenance of the new facility.
Staff of NDDC in Delta State to make sure that you own this property as your own, ensure that it is properly maintained, ensure that the amenities provided are not vandalized, so that it will not be a regret from a city as a tenant.
When we say we are moving from transaction to transformation, transactional, you know, people who do 419, they rent offices. When they 419 you, the next time you come, they change address. So in order to show the world that moving from transaction to transformation is real, we needed to have our own offices, where you will not come tomorrow and they will tell you that NDDC is no more in that address.
As a commission of students, the name of God is Father, the name of God is Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Inaugurating the complex, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori hailed the NDDC board for completing the project and reaffirmed his administration's readiness to partner with the Commission on major infrastructure drives, especially the Warri-Escaros Road.
Delta State is not afraid to take on any project. We are ready, and I've spoken to the MD. By first week of next month, we'll invite the management of Chevron. We'll sit down to see how we'll go about that road.
The inauguration of the Delta State office marked another milestone in the NDDC's efforts to strengthen its presence, improve coordination, and boost development outcomes across the Niger Delta region.
Also, from a rainy day in Oshimiri North local government area comes yet another milestone in Delta State's drive for sustainable infrastructure. Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, undeterred by the downpour, performed the groundbreaking ceremony at a 21.3 billion Ugolu-Okpanam Road project, a major link road to transform transportation, trade, and connectivity in the area.
The atmosphere in Ubolu is charged with excitement and anticipation as traditional rulers, top government officials and other guests await the arrival of Governor Sheriff Oborevwori. The governor arrives amid cheers from the crowd and the event begins in earnest. In his opening remarks, Chairman of Oshimiri North Local Government Area shows gratitude to the governor for keeping his promise of constructing the Ubolu-Okpanam Road, a project he describes as a testament to visionary leadership.
Today, actually, the commencement of the road construction. It is a bold statement of your leadership vision, a statement to your administration's unwavering commitment to balance infrastructural development across Delta states.
Contractors in charge of the project gave assurances of quality work that will meet expectations.
And we want you to finish this job within 1 year to ease the life of the people. Our pledge today is clear and unwavering. We'll deliver this project as we promised.
Undeterred by the rain, the governor reaffirms his administration's unwavering commitment to durable, high-quality infrastructure.
We are committed to ensuring that every part of Delta State is included in our infrastructure and development agenda. The advantage of performing this road are huge. It's not only benefits to the good people of Oshimiri, but also residents in the state.
Our working governor,
Determined to get the job done, the governor mounts the earth-moving machine and performs the symbolic groundbreaking, officially flagging off construction of the 12-kilometer Ubolu-Okpanam Road, marking another bold step in the government's quest to build a stronger and better connected Delta state.
To Cross River State, where the governor, ASUU, has inaugurated the Governing Council of the College of Agriculture and signed into law two major bills, the Cross River State College of Agriculture, Science and Technology Amendment Bill 2025 and the Office of the Surveyor General Bill 2025. The twin events held at the Government House, Calabar, marked another milestone in the governor's drive to strengthen education, agriculture, and land management in line with his People First agenda.
Food insecurity and environmental degradation are two of the biggest challenges being tackled by subnationals. In Cross River State, Governor ASUU's administration is adopting a holistic approach, integrating modern agricultural education, innovation, and environmental sustainability to secure the future of the state. For decades, the state's lush green cover, once among the largest in West Africa, had been made vulnerable to threats from deforestation and unsustainable farming practices, leading to soil erosion, flooding, and reduced agricultural productivity. The state government is determined to reverse this trend through education and institutional reforms, and is looking to the College of Agriculture, Obubra, regarded as a hub for research, innovation, and capacity building to provide solutions.
Without a doubt, today's world is driven by innovation and technology. So your preoccupation should be to encourage research work among the academic staff in agricultural-related fields. These findings will help increase crop yields, ensure less intensive labor, maximize land use, and explore other variables that will contribute to the present agricultural revolution of the state. As a governing council, you are equally expected to draw up both short and long-term infrastructural development need for possible approval. These facilities will help in creating a conducive teaching and learning environment. In the execution of the above, you should realize the fact that my administration is hinged on ethical governance, so financial probity must be your watchword, as you'll be expected to account for every fund allocated to the institution.
The governor also signs the Cross River State College of Education, Science and Technology Amendment Bill, which upgrades the college from a monotechnic to a polytechnic.
The sector provides raw materials for other sectors to thrive and sustain industries. From the byproducts and semi-finished products of cassava, yam, wheat, oil palm, cocoa, maize, etc., the establishment of nano, small, and medium enterprises across the state is made very easy. Besides, apart from petroleum products, agriculture is the second earner of foreign exchange and enabler of foreign direct investment. I think as of the last 2 months, agric has been very high. It has dwarfed oil by far. The foregoing premises underscore the importance of the sector and the need for the college to produce middle cadre manpower, hence the high expectation of cross-riverians from the governing council of this college.
Responding on behalf of the governing council, the chairman pledged to reposition the college for greater efficiency and national recognition.
We assure you that we will approach the assignment with dedication and diligence. Drawing on our experiences, we will not disappoint you. When we wrote for the migration from College of Agriculture to College of Agriculture, Science and Technology, cast as we say, were with our hearts in our mouth on the laborious bureaucratic bottlenecks it will take for approval. Your Excellency, we are shocked to our marrows that the amendment of the bill has done with the speed of light.
Governor Basio too also signs the Cross River State Office of the Surveyor General Bill 2025 as he reinstates that education and institutional stability remains central to his administration's development blueprint.
You're watching Newsroom series. Coming up, Bayelsa State rallies support for its malaria vaccination. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Malaria remains one of the biggest health challenges in Nigeria, especially amongst children under the age of 5. But in Bayelsa State, efforts are being stepped up to change that narrative. The State Primary Healthcare Board has brought together community and religious leaders for a one-day engagement to increase malaria vaccine uptake and strengthen routine immunization.
It's a state surrounded by rivers, creeks, stagnant water, and a swampy terrain. This has made malaria a persistent threat to the health of residents. Aware of this present danger, the Bayelsa State Primary Healthcare Board is intensifying efforts to protect its most vulnerable residents, including children under 5, through the new malaria vaccine. At a stakeholder engagement in Yenagoa, the state capital, government officials, traditional rulers, and religious leaders are unanimous in the battle to stamp out malaria and have taken this to every community.
The quantity of vaccines made available was not so much in the pilot, and so the age range was now limited to 5 months to 11 months for the first dose. But this meeting again is going to speak to the fact that we have had a conversation, and the first dose has now been extended from the 5 months to 11 months to mean 5 months to 21 months. So children that are on their way to 2 years at 21 months can still receive this vaccine, so that we can expand the margin.
Local government chairmen pledged to mobilize their communities to ensure children get this important vaccine.
As we are living here, let's carry this message back to our villages. Let's carry these messages back to our local government. Let's carry this message back to our churches. Let's carry the message back to our mosque, so that we will all participate. We'll take away the wrong perceptions.
Religious leaders also throw their weight behind the campaign, urging their members to support the government's efforts to end malaria-related deaths in children.
The malaria vaccine, for me, is a big breakthrough. But so many of our children are dying of malaria every year. If this death can be prevented through immunization, then we should embrace it and save the lives of our children. So I call on everybody, all Christians, to bring their children for the malaria immunization.
This vaccine is very important, that we have to go down to the downtrodden to make sure that in our various mosques that it reaches everybody in their various mosques. Let every child be properly immunized, so that we are going to have a healthy society where our children will grow with healthiness, and that society will be a very wealthy society.
These sentiments are echoed by the traditional rulers, who believe complete doses of the malaria vaccine should be taken by the children in order to protect them.
Our task is to go home and mobilize our people and encourage them to take the vaccine. Today we have heard that the vaccine is to be taken 4 times, and some people have taken it and they thought it's once, and others who are hesitating, I think we are going to talk to them so all can have it, and we are going to have a malaria-free community.
According to statistics from the Health Board, about 39,000 children have taken the first dose, but only a disappointing number have completed all 4, a gap that it's determined to close through renewed awareness and stakeholder collaboration.
The first dose, we had about 39,000 children who have taken the first dose. But if you check, our third dose has dropped down to almost 12,000 or thereabouts. And the fourth dose is about 2,000. The population of children in Bayelsa State is much more than the 39,000. There are still many more children that need to take the vaccine. So we need to get this message and get everyone involved so that we can get the children to get vaccinated. Malaria is a very serious thing. It's very serious. It kills children. Our children are dying to malaria. So if we can protect them, let's do what we can and save our children.
As Bayelsa joins the national drive for the elimination of malaria, the state is counting on every home, mosque and church to be part of the solution.
Then I gave to him, I said, the cough is too serious for a little baby like this. I gave him free. And the
The Edo State government says it's stepping up efforts to tackle insecurity linked to scavengers and scrap dealers. Governor Nnamdi Kanu, who made the disclosure during a courtesy visit of the new Edo State commander of the NSCDC, pledged support to the NSCDC to regulate the scrap dealers and scavengers' activities, citing growing incidents of theft and vandalism. The governor also announced plans to send a bill to the State House of Assembly to oversee their operations.
One of the critical issues is the scavengers, the way they go about stealing iron, removing people's burglary proofs, destroying different things. To me, it's not acceptable at all. I know that with the Z I'm seeing in you, as somebody who understands the terrain of Edo State, you should be able to carry out tasks to see that we put an end to it. So we're going to send a document to the House so that when somebody is operating, he should know his boundary. And if he go beyond that, then he's fighting government. This will go through a bill to the House so that we can have a proper documentation.
State Governor Similai Fubara has restated his administration's commitment to ensuring proper waste disposal and maintaining a cleaner, healthier environment across the state. As part of this initiative, the governor announced plans to permanently relocate major dump sites from key entry points to the state to more suitable locations that meet environmental standards. The governor made this known on Tuesday during an inspection of a proposed alternative dump site, a disused borough pit in Ikwere local government area, identified for development into a modern waste management facility with a good quality access road.
We already know the situation that we're facing along the, Ikwere Road. The kind of environmental hazards that we're facing there, the smell on that, and being the entrance into the state, we felt it's not proper. So we're making alternative arrangement to that so that we can have a permanent place where we can start dropping our refuse. It is also proper, whichever one that is done rightly, you continue with it. So I felt I should come and see the level of work that is ongoing here. We have not concluded the issue of the borough pit because you can hear where I was discussing with them. But the road, access road to this borough pit, I think the government is doing something about it. So we'll make sure that everything that needs to be done to make sure that government owns this borough pit is done.
Meanwhile, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Amadi, has reaffirmed the commitment of the judiciary in the state to dispense justice with impartiality, regardless of who is involved. The juror made this known during a well-attended event in Port Harcourt to mark the ceremonial commencement of the 2025-2026 legal year.
Rivers State 2025/2026 legal year kicks off this week with a major event held at the State High Court complex in Port Harcourt, with the governor, his deputy, and members of the judiciary in attendance.
And 2026 legal year, the Rivers State Judiciary.
In his opening address, Justice Amadi reaffirms the judiciary's commitment to impartial justice delivery.
Together, we affirm our commitment of holding the integrity of the bench and dispensing justice impartially and fair without regard to social status, wealth, creed, or political affiliation. This is our pledge to democracy itself, an unwavering commitment to fairness and equity, which form the foundation of a society governed by the rule of law. We convene today in aftermath of a period of unprecedented political tension in our state. Only 7 months ago, our beloved Rivers State was thrown into turmoil following the declaration of a state of emergency by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. During that tumultuous period, our resilience and resourcefulness were tested to the limit.
He also gives an account of his commission's stewardship for the previous year.
Orientation and training. The Commission organized a comprehensive training and orientation program for newly employed staff to equip them for efficient service delivery. Promotion exercise. During the past year, the Commission conducted promotion exercise. You are aware that for over 8 years there was no promotion in the Rivers State.
Responding to some of the issues raised, Governor Fubara promises his administration's support for the judiciary's independence.
I assure members of the bench, the senior ones and the junior ones, members of the bar, and all stakeholders, that our administration will continue to support the independence and effective operation of our judiciary in the year 2025 and 2026.
As the new legal year starts, the hope is that the judiciary will live up to their promise of speedy justice delivery for all residents of Rivers State. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
And that's it on Newsroom Series. Thanks for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.